Hello and welcome to Yoda Soda Creations podcast. Group friends tour to the second movies, TV old recent. Thankfully, more of a personal thing this week.
Right. So I'm just I'm tired. What was the thing? Uh,
Thankfully, more of a personal thing this week as to why we're crafting again.
right. Yeah. Yeah. I've been having basically this entire week. It got. I have not been sleeping great. And in fact, I actually took a nap today, and like I rarely take naps. Also, I got dragged out shopping at like 7 o'clock. So like, yeah, 7 o'clock tonight, not in the morning. So yeah, the time I would have taken to record kind of, yeah. Uh, Also been having toothaches this week. Not fun. But yeah, it's like here's hoping next week is better. It's like I don't remember when I could actually sleep like late. Those were good times. Uh, but yeah, that's why I still don't have anything up, and it's like I haven't played any games in like 2 weeks. That's how out of it I've been.
Well, Ron and Jazz Jones are the first father-daughter duo to win the Emmys in the same year.
Oh. Hmm.
Technically, technically the first time it's been heard. Technically, the first time I've even heard of in our neck of the woods, but
Pay attention to the Emmys. Then again, I rarely do.
still, it's interesting milestone for awards.
True. Like trying to think what was newsworthy this week.
Well, I don't know if this happened earlier, but the Seahawks finally got their revenge on the Patriots.
Woo! Go team! Yeah. Yeah. Fun fact: the only time I really pay attention to football i- is if like the Seahawks are in the Super Bowl. I used to be more into sports, but then it's like,
Granted, this one looks to be more their home field, but at least finally
yeah.
they finally got that sin off their backs.
Yep.
Trailers this week include Over the Moon, WandaVision, and apparently there's going to be a Crude sequel.
Okay. speaking of movies, apparently there's going to be a sequel to Borat. Apparently they've been filming it in secret. So yeah, that's something to keep an eye out for. Or not, comedy is subjective, what's funny to one person might not be funny to others, and that guy's comedy, not really my kind of thing. But hey, it's a thing that's a thing.
Interesting strategy. Well, for what I'm for what I'm seeing, the Camp Cretaceous reaction's been mostly okay.
Okay.
Given, given how the Jurassic series is, given how the Jurassic series has been, at least from the last one, I'm not too surprised.
Yeah.
So, just when you think the bombardment of live-action remakes live-action remakes is starting to calm down a bit, well, Little Mermaid's been announced. That'll be a little interesting.
You knew that one was happening. I think their general plan is like, okay, let's just go through all the movies of that era and make them live action. Okay, let's look at the list of that stuff. Okay, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Lion King. Yeah, there's no way they're touching Pocahontas. Like, that one is out. Mulan, uh,
There've been some exceptions. Jungle Book.
uh, Jungle Book. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's an earlier one. That was 67. Hmm.
On a similar note, Tinkerbell has been cast for the new Peter Pan.
Oh,
Yar S-A-S. I mean Shahidi.
but yeah, for live action and films, like, hmm, uh, I'm kind of split between Hercules and Tarzan. Although it seems like the Tarzan gets a lot more usage lately. I mean, I know there. I think there was like a animated thing, but yeah, like I'm thinking for this general era of like the Disney stuff, like between those two probably.
Also, was like
Or
also most likely due to the fact there was a George of the Jungle.
yeah, movie. Uh, I, like I remember in way back when my aunt used to take me to my aunt used to take me and my cousin to this drive-through theater in Seattle, in like the Seattle area. And like I remember like it was George of the Jungle and I want to say some other Disney film. Like it was always like a combo. It was always a two movies in one night kind of package deal. I don't remember what it was. It's yeah, they've already done live action in Dalmatians. Oh yeah, they did Dumbo, I believe. Hmm. Anyway, let's get back on to the news. got got a little sidetracked there.
But yeah, basically, it's not just the Renaissance era; it's a lot of classics.
Yeah.
Well, Stranger Things has announced its restart date.
Oh. So yeah, that's good.
Yep, yeah, production's starting next week.
Right. So Bethesda's owned by Bethesda is owned by Microsoft now. That's definitely maybe they can actually give them some more quality control. Like, because yeah, Bethesda tends to be kind of buggy.
And they've apparently been a big Switch pusher, according to sources.
Yeah.
Well, Falcon and the Winter Soldier has been apparently pushed for a year at best.
Hmm.
Also, another Fantastic Beast film also resumed shooting.
They're still doing those?
I'm honestly surprised there's actually. I'm honestly surprised there's sequels. I'm honestly surprised there's sequels. But I guess I'm not too surprised given the popularity.
Yeah, fair, but it's like, eh. Let's just say the whole franchise has been it's seen better days.
Well, Rocky 4's getting a director's cut. That'll be interesting.
Okay.
So, a custom poster for The Mandalorian featuring Guy Ferrari was quite big this week.
Um, don't think I don't think I saw that.
Tatiana Maslany has been casted for the lead in She Hulk.
Did hear about that. Like, good for her.
Cruel Jaws and Green Eggs and Ham are finally getting their home media releases.
Okay.
So if you're still sour at Netflix's recent blunders. You at least won't have to wait long for the DVD for Green Eggs and Ham.
Right.
Well, Mark Hamill and Patrick Stewart were in a Uber ad together.
I've seen that. It's weird.
Season 2 of Euphoria. Production will most likely not start until early 2021. Might air only 2022. But HBO does say there's a special episode coming. Unfortunately, Dark Crystal Age of Resistance looks like it's not going to be renewed. Another one added to the list.
Mm-hmm.
Well, pre-orders for the Series X and Series S started earlier this week.
I heard about that and how some people accidentally ordered an Xbox, I think it's like a Xbox One X, accidentally. It's like, good going, Microsoft. You ran into the Wii U issue. This is why this is why you stick to a simple number scheme. Like that way you know that way like say a kid's asking his parents like Xbox Series X, Xbox X, got it. Yeah, or they could just go the newest one. But even then, you have the split between the X and the Series X and the Series S.
Frankly, with
Yes,
frankly with the name of conventions we're getting consoles, I'm it's a little hard to tell.
I mean, hey, Sony might be boring, but they're consistent. Like, you know which one is which.
Yeah. Well, Supergirl's unfortunately not being renewed as well.
Yeah, but hey, it had a good run.
Not sure how old the Nintendo license book that this one encompasses, but that this one encompasses is, but apparently Peach is married to someone other than Mario.
That's Crunchyroll anime news.
Ah, 1986. So technically this is a bit old, but apparently,
It's Andre from the Kingdom.
and I suppose given a particular anime that comes to mind, it's not entirely unexpected.
Right. So yeah, that's weird.
Well, Cruz looks to be spacebound for the next. eh, Well, Cruz looks to be spacebound in a new Doug Liman film. And before we get too far from the Crunchyroll mention, final season of Attack on Titan is coming this year.
Yes. Yeah, as the manga's going to be finishing up soon. It's like, yeah, that's another thing that'll be over. It's like, yeah. That kind of reminds me of like of the big three of Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. One Piece is still going on. Naruto has a sequel series, and Bleach kind of has a spiritual successor series. So it's like there, the big three are still kind of around in one form or another, or just still around in the case of One Piece.
Well, John David Washington expresses desire to reteam with Nolan for a Tenet sequel.
Yeah, I've heard mixed things about that film. Mostly concerning in the like people trying to figure out what the heck it's about. Something about a bullet that travels through back through time or something. I I I think that's the thing that people were comparing to Final Crisis from DC.
really, because the one thing that comes to mind out of the confusion bit was how some people tend to get confused over the plot for Tron.
Uh, well, with the time bullet thing, I was also thinking Enter the Gungeon. Yeah, but yeah, it's like odds are it'll probably be like one of those films that's like kind of now, but then ends up being like kind of this weird cult hit like 20 years from now.
Getting back to Mandalorian, new evidence suggests Tim Uera Morrison playing a significant role as Boba Fett.
Hmm.
So here's an interesting note for anyone who is a director, writer, or say casting. Kit Harington apparently has lost interest in stereotypical silent masculine roles.
Hmm. Okay.
Bit of an update regarding the Paramount Star Trek. They have not cancelled any of the upcoming films said to be in the works. I have a feeling that filming might be another issue, but
Basically, they're stuck in development hell until they can figure out what the hell what their plan is. Basically,
somewhat. But there is still somewhat, but there's a decent reason as to why they haven't started filming.
besides the obvious.
That's what I was referring to.
Yeah.
Cassian Andor, Toby Haynes to direct the first 3 episodes after Tony Gilroy dropped out of the project. Well, getting back to the pushback announcements, seems that Black Widow's been pushed back to May.
Yep.
Death of the Nile is set for December.
Hmm.
Shang-Chi's set for July.
Right.
And Eternals a year from November.
Right. Yeah, I remember seeing a thread like basically asking like if the year after Endgame will be good for the MCU or not. It's like I don't know. I kind of think a little bit of downtime might possibly do them a bit of good.
Although we do hear Black Widow is supposed to be set before which.
Yeah, obviously.
On a slightly lesser known stage in the awards side of things, the Will Eisner comic industry went to third award from the Will Eisner comic industry went to Stan Sakai. According to, according to photos on Twitter, he apparently has three.
Stan Sakai. Ah, Usagi Yojimbo. Okay. The Eisner Awards for Best Archival and Best Lettering. Okay, cool.
Just me that Snyder Cut news had died out a bit. Apparently he's thinking of shooting new scenes for said cut next month.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. Like usually when it's like, oh, director's cut or someone's cut, it's like they took stuff that was like cut from the film or whatnot. It's like it feels like she's like, oh, you're getting the Snyder cut. We're gonna be filming brand new stuff. It's like at this point you're basically just making a new film. Which I mean, I guess that's what some people want, but you know what I mean.
I suppose there could be such a thing as a reshoot.
Yeah.
Late reshoot.
It's, honestly, to me, it just feels like, dude, I understand you had personal issues in your life, and like someone else had to take over the film. It's been a few years since the end. let it go already. Type. Uh,
The things studios will do to a guy,
yeah,
or at least one guy's work. Well, Love and Thunder production could be forced to relocate to Queensland.
huh.
James Gunn to write and direct a Peacemaker series for HBO Max starring Cena.
Did see a thread about that. Didn't actually read it because, like, eh.
Miss Marvel crew looking to cast two more supporting characters from the comics, including one who is LGBTQ plus.
Hmm, cool.
Juju Mapatha Raw confirms work has resumed on the Marvel Studio series Loki.
That thing, I had completely forgotten about that.
Seems Kotobukiya released images of alternate limited edition color variant for Twilight.
See that. But honestly, yeah, the original version works better. I mean, I get what they're trying to do, but eh.
Also, a Pony Life calendar has been announced.
Uh, can you repeat that last bit? You caught me during a yawn.
A Pony Life calendar was announced.
Oh, okay. I think I may have seen that.
Well, apparently due to its explosive popularity that's happened this week, apparently the Among Us sequel is now in doubt.
No, they basically said like, yeah, we're canning that. We're gonna keep supporting the first game. Which I mean, good on them. It's kind of funny. It's like this game from 2018 makes. makes a sudden resurgence and kicks Fall Guys off the top games list. It's like, oof.
Well, at least they found their Team Fortress 2, because there hasn't been a Team Fortress 3 announcement in years. Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution getting an official Blu-ray release following Netflix.
Yeah, can we not? I have seen shots of that film, and oh god, kill it with fire.
Still, I know someone who was a little bit excited, so guess I can't wait to see what he's going to say about it.
Put it this way. You remember the cartoon, well, you know the cartoon reboot, right? Classic CG animation done by the same guys who did Transformers Beast Wars? Or hell, just Beast Wars. I think the CG there looks better. Hell, from some of the shots I'm looking at, looks more like claymation. It's like they didn't have to remake it. Like they could have redone it in like a proper HD re-release. Like,
Well, it seems that seems a 1984 behind-the-scenes featurette contains new footage from the Patty Jenkins sequel.
huh?
Well, Jackson's going to return to Nick Fury for the upcoming for an upcoming Marvel series for Disney Plus.
I saw that. It's like, cool. Whoa. Mm. Mm.
Moon Knight show looking to add Jean Paul Duchamp and Marlene Alraune.
It's like, oh yeah, that's supposed to be a thing. I got Marvel has so many different things going on. It's hard to keep track.
The Boys spinoff, focusing on a college for young superheroes in the works at Amazon.
heard okay things about The Boys. I haven't watched it myself. Yeah.
Well, at least the concept behind Save You, the supposed sequel for Sky High, was not tossed.
Right.
Also in the works, the Yakuza movie.
Yay! I have the games. I just need to, get around to playing them. Getting around to playing any game for that matter. It's like that would be nice to get around to. Uh,
Getting back to Peacemaker, hints that it will include other members of Task Force X.
hmm, right.
Two more cast members added for Batwoman. Javika Leslie was spotted on set as Ryan Wilder.
Right.
Seems there's an apparent means to try and complicate matters in the country. Seems that Doll's Widow has released that the seems that Doll's Widow has released fact that Charlie from the Chocolate Factory was originally meant to be black.
Yeah,
Naturally editorial, naturally editorial, as to whitewash. Earliest case ever.
that's. Yeah. That is certainly a thing to learn. I think that it actually popped up on any of like my forums or anything. So huh. Yeah.
As I've been saying, most of my stuff has been Twitter based. Though, interestingly, this week I also got some stuff from Stardust.
Huh.
But yeah, might be a little interesting if they incorporate that fact if they ever decide to remake that movie again.
Yeah.
A mirror dedicated to Chadwick Boseman was unveiled at Downtown Disney.
Yeah. New update. Hmm.
Black Adam finds its Hawkman in Straight Outta Compton star Aldous Hodge.
Okay.
Also from Loki, Richard E. Grant confirms he's going to star alongside Hiddleston.
Cool.
Justice League Dark spin-offs featuring Constantine and Zatanna are indeed coming to HBO Max.
Nice. Probably be a more interesting movie than Justice League. Not that that would be difficult.
Well, Hasbro seems to be improving its fan relations a bit, given a fan artist was commissioned for freelance character design work on the new movie next year.
Yeah. I saw the thing about that. Like, cool. Like, for them.
Warner Brothers developing Cuban American version of Father the Bride. Matt Lopez pending the script.
Right.
Finally, our Kitchen reports on. Wow, this one was a bit. And somehow I knew this. Somehow I knew this list was too long, but somehow I knew this list was going to be long. But well, here's something we missed last week. Bill Gates Sr.
Huh.
Never knew the Microsoft tycoon had a dad till then, of similar name.
To be fair, I figured the guy was already dead. They had like, okay, guy was still alive until recently. Interesting to learn.
Rob Cobb, an American cartoonist. Oh yeah, he was also the DeLorean designer.
Yeah, I heard about that. Like, uh, yeah.
Notable, notable Bond villain Lonsdale. The Road Warrior animal.
Yeah.
Indian musician SPB.
Hmm.
As well as Derbyshire and Australia batsman Dean Jones. Just to avoid confusion with the Disney Dean Jones.
Right. So yeah, definitely a bigger list than the last couple of weeks.
I'm honestly surprised how big it was. I'm also surprised how. I'm honestly more surprised of how big the my notes are on the news side of things.
Yeah, it did kind of feel like it was going on for a while. Then again, even when I was reading the news, I've been so out of it this week, it kind of like all flew over my head as far as remembering things. Uh, but yeah, before I get started on the recaps, I made jerky this week, and it actually turned out pretty well. Turns out, like after baking it a bit, it all it needs is like 4 or 5 hours in the dehydrator and a bit more bacon, and you got jerky. Like, cool. Yeah, I'll be starting the next batch. I want to say on Tuesday. I like giving the meat about 2 days to marinate. Yeah, this week I'm going for half of it's gonna be Asian Zing. The other half I'm marinating in wild cherry Pepsi.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah. The first batch was buttery steakhouse and teriyaki. He actually gave away more or jerky than I actually ate myself. But hey, it's like the first batch. You like you like to get people's opinions, and opinions were good.
Oh, it's good to have a taste tester.
Yeah. Ugh. But yeah, here we are at the end of Pony Life, at least until next season. Episodes 25 and 26 with the Rarity Report, the Great Divide, the Great Collide, and the Sportacular Spectacular Musical Musacular. I'm surprised I was able to say that in one go.
And according to the Wikipedia page, the great episodes are a two-parter.
Yes.
And given how things turned out, it was a story arc
Okay.
complete from last week.
Yeah. Because everything's still at the Sportacular Spectacular event. So yes, the review. Yeah. Hold on, getting drink. Hopefully that'll wake me up a bit. So, the Rarity Report. So, they're still at the sport thing, as I put it, and they're getting interviewed, and yeah, they're a bit kind of. Yeah, they're kind of not great at the whole interview thing, but Rarity takes over. It's like, yeah, we've been preparing for all of this, and it's like, we've been doing this and that, and yeah, so apparently, Rainbow Dash signed Rarity up for fencing. Yeah, apparently it's on a resume, but like not for actual sport. It's for show. It's like, oof. So yeah, Rarity's kind of like, I didn't want to actually compete. It's like, but they didn't want her. They didn't want her to feel left out, you know. So it's like, I can kind of see why they would sign her up. But yeah,
It was pretty thoughtful.
yeah. And besides, Rarity's had bad experiences with sports before. For example, once she went to a basketball and she brought her best basket, and all everyone ended up doing was taking this ball back and forth across the place, and it's like she only goes to basket galas for now. It's like basketball. God, why? Uh, but yeah, it's like okay, find an event that Rarity can do. It's like I find something for her. I think it's like freestyle debate and something involving a ribbon or something. But that event quickly gets canceled due to lack of interest.
I'm a little surprised she didn't quickly go to the committee about that.
I think it'd still probably be canceled due to lack of interest. I, I get the feeling that she was the only one interested. But yeah,
Mm.
Birdie has an idea. She did. Yeah. Ready to. Quick mind, sluggish mouth. Mm. Rarity decides to take up the microphone and like she helps with the interviews. So yeah, she found something to do. Cool. So the Great Divide. So everyone's having a great time, and Rainbow Dash is having a flashback of all the fun they've had together this series. But no time for that. Buckball time. Buckball time. They all signed up for it. It's the main event. Yeah, thing is, the, te- the teams are picked randomly. You don't get to choose your team. And the other players include Snips, Snails, Worst Pony, and the Anti-Trend Ponies. I I completely forgot their names, but like I remember that was kind of their whole deal back when Rarity was trying to
I think it was AJ, but yeah. Lots of callbacks.
yeah, but like they try to be on the same team, but like nope, count off 1 2 1 2 1 2, like uh no go there. So in the end the teams end up being Worst Pony, Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, Snails, Rainbow Dash, and Anti-Trend Pony 3. I think that was 3, the girl. And Anti-Trend Pony 1, Applejack, Rarity, Snips, Twilight Sparkle, and Anti-Trend Pony 2. like I said, I forgot their names. I know it was all like the same name, but God, that was at least what, a month and a half ago. It feels like. God, the series has gone by quickly. As I, we have to fight. We have to fight against our friends, and it's like, but the other ones are like, we're gonna crush you, and the main chick's like, no, I don't want. And like, speaking of that Pokemon Mewtwo movie, when I was watching this scene, my mind was like, ponies shouldn't fight, not like this. Uh, but yeah, to be continued. Yeah, we got a cliffhanger. So yeah, that was episode 25, and decent continuation of last week. And hey, it's like we follow the pony trend of having a two-part finale.
Technically three, considering that's, well, last week.
I was I was technically talking about Great Divide and Great Collide. Let's face it, the music one's more of an epilogue.
Fair, but again, this is all Sportacular.
Fair enough.
Also a name,
So,
also either a new name or a name I haven't heard in a while. Luck, Rod, Ick. He was the co-anchor.
oh yeah, that guy. I completely forgot about him. But yeah, there's a new pony. He was okay.
Kind of funny extra at the end with new Fantastic film versus this other film.
Oh yeah, back to you, Karen. And it's like she goes on about like the new fantastic film. It's like she thought it could use more singing. But yeah, the final episode, beginning with the Great Collide. So they immediately said like, okay, we have to win. They wouldn't want us to like they would want us to be at our best. So round one, buckball. It's a good back and forth. I think it may have been a tie that like probably a tie. Round two, race. So Potion Nova makes a short appearance. It's like, hey, here's hoping they can still be friends after all this. Oops, gotta go. Potions don't restock themselves. Like, and the pony next to her, she's been a kind of like a reoccurring background pony. It's like,
and,
wait, they don't?
and an apparent recolor of hipster Fluttershy, according to things I saw on the Derpy Bureau.
Right. Oh yeah, wasn't this the pony that was like the pony that Cat got as Fluttershy's replacement? I think that was her. Yeah,
Mm.
but yeah, like Rainbow Dash wins the race. Larissa Main Six coming shortly afterwards, and yeah, since they were for the six that got there first, they move on to round three, a joust. Pinkie Pie versus Applejack, Rainbow Dash versus Rarity, Fluttershy versus Twilight. So eventually, everyone but Applejack and Pinkie Pie eliminate each other, and then they eliminate each other. And it's like Bulk's there. It's like no, you guys really know like this whole spirit of competition thing. You're friends, but you're giving it your all. You're pushing each other to be their best. You're all good. You're all winners here. Also, it's a tie, so literally, you're all winners here. Yeah, everyone wins. Yay.
I couldn't help but hear. I couldn't help but hear. I couldn't help but hear. I couldn't help but hear either American Gladiators or UK Gladiators theme whenever UK Gladiators theme during that part, due to the
Yeah,
equipment they were using.
yeah. I think somewhere in the back of my mind, I was thinking like, oh yeah, I remember that one show that I think I remember playing the Sega Genesis game for. But it's been forever since I've actually thought about that show. It's like it didn't really click, but it was kind of back there. So yes, the final part, the Sportacular, Spectacular, Musical, Musacular. Dawn of the final day. I didn't put that in my notes. I literally just thought of that now, but it fits.
Good
So
call either
yeah,
way.
yes. Ooh. So yeah, Pinkie Pie decides like, okay, everyone, wake up early. We want to get good seats for the musical finale. Bulk Biceps putting on a great show. You know, and like, fine, whatever. So they get to the seats. Literally, no one else is there. It's like, yeah, they end up sleeping for most of the day in the seats. But okay, it's showtime, and Bulk shows up, and he needs their help. See, they really inspired him with their friendship. So, he wants to make up with a friend, rival of his, and like, okay, you guys are the spirit of competition and whatever now. You do the closing ceremonies. And he does this at literally the very last moment, because as he leaves, the curtains open. Like, dick move, dude. So yeah, it's like, okay, what to do? And Fluttershy is like, I'm gonna start a song. And they all start singing, and eh, honestly, wasn't that great. I mean, like the the main the main bit of it's okay, but like the surrounding parts are just eh. Also, something I don't know. Something seems off with the voices with the singing in this song. Eh,
Honestly, I'd say they. Honestly, I'd say it was more. Honestly, I'd say it was the. Honestly, I was kind of thinking Rocky Start, which eventually started to get more. Well, started to get better as things went along.
right. But yeah, that shows off various ponies in the audience. Potion Nova shows up again, and Derpy is there. Yay, Derpy! Woo! But yeah, it's like musical finale, and like everyone's cheering. It's like, and then Applejack turns the episode off. And I noticed something with the credits. There weren't any song credits. And it's like, who wrote this song?
Odd because I noticed odd because usually the singing parts were listed first throughout the most of the series.
Yeah, usually they're like, oh yeah, so and so did this song, and here's who sang, and like, yeah, of course, like, oh, Rebecca Soche as Twilight's singing voice, but with the intro, of course, that's gonna be there, but yeah, nothing on the actual song itself. Let me pull up the Pony Life wiki. Uh,
Honestly, my weird moments. My weird moments was they listed Discord in the credits of the last ep. They listed Discord in the credits of Rarity. I mean, they listed Discord in the credits of the first two.
huh.
Yet I might have missed the scene, or I mean, I mean, might have been a bit too quick for me to notice.
Right. Okay. Okay, this wiki's incomplete. Uh, episodes. Okay, we shine brighter together. Well, even the wiki doesn't know who wrote this.
Classic season one. When the only this time it's individual songs as opposed to say episode exclusive characters.
Yeah, but I can tell you right away, this ain't the Daniel Ingram song. Cause I'd like to think he's gotten pretty good at his job since he started, and definitely did not feel like, you know, one of his things. Okay, there's a TV tropes recap thing for it, so that's out. Ugh,
Well, it is still fresh, so chances are things need to build over time.
right. But yeah, that was the finale, and it was okay. To be fair, it is only the first season, and it's not like we retained the writers from regular My Little Pony. So it is pretty much a fresh start for the whole thing. So yeah, all right. What about you? What did you think?
It was a nice mixture of callbacks, not just this
Yeah.
series, but also the main show.
Yeah.
I'm honestly kind of curious to see how long it would be before the song gets into Milo karaoke.
Game. I have that game. I haven't played that game in forever. Uh, oh, great. They got their Terraria in your Minecraft. Uh, but yeah, season one, okay. Bit bumpy at points, but eventually evened out.
It's we're definitely off to a decent start.
Yeah,
Scorecard, scorecard factions will be probably continuing a little cautiously, but
That's like as far as what we'll be doing after this. So I figure we can cover the comic books when like story arcs are complete, or if there is or like if it's like a one shot issue, we can probably cover that since season 10. This is the new canon now, so hey. And aside from that, who knows? I'm sure you have some probably have some theme months in mind. As we are going to be getting into October soon, so ooh.
Yeah, basically, but yeah, basically, we can move, we can move forward we can move forward in season 2 once that drops.
Right.
As for as for next month, mostly to keep in with mostly to keep in with the themes. Boy, is this boy is this going to be a little interesting.
Huh. To the wiki. List of episodes. Back. Episodes. Oh, that's going forward from there. Okay. As I was wondering, like, is there like a theming thing with those 3 episodes, or it's like, no, it's like, oh, okay, one kind of, sort of, but yeah, just
Well, yeah.
okay.
Given Gravity Falls has been partially about the supernatural seems to kind of fit.
It's fair. Like, got a point there.
Otherwise, yeah, once again tied in some spooky episodes, for lack of a better term.
Yep.
Bit of a fun fact: I kind of meant to shuffle them up, but then I remembered. Wait, the 10th.
Yeah. Oh,
Also, the year kind of messed up my thinking a little bit, so I have to do something to try to make up for the fact that I kind of missed a particular birthday.
ah. And actually, on the whole October 31st thing, odds are I probably won't be working, but they could do like, but slim possibility they might do like a special Saturday thing for the occasion. So I'll check back with you on that one. Just a slight heads up. It's hard to tell, you know.
Honestly, I'm like 7:30 when it comes to public Halloween parties, given social distancing.
Yeah. It's like, what? Halloween? No, that's been canceled this year. There's gonna be so much candy on clearance after Halloween.
Also, though we're though I'm still adamant about waiting until the arc finally settles, I did see the preview. Another good another case of how the comics can be better than the show. Characters without much of a background actually getting background.
Yeah, I saw that there was a preview, but I'm staying spoiler free until it's all complete. Also, I haven't gotten around to actually reading the comics, but that, uh, eh. But yeah, we probably won't be till like December before we get around to the first arc of season 10. But yeah, So a bit of news I just noticed. Development for Stargate TV series set within the SG-1 universe canon is progressing. Like, ooh, cool. Just looking through my forum, I found that. Like, okay.
It's supposed to save us a bit of trouble. Um, I can say my favorite arc from this year would definitely be the potion arc, followed closely by Fluttershy Fantastic for personal reasons. Oh wait, that's actually number three. Number two would be
Hmm. Kind of cut off there. Hmm. As for my favorite arcs, it okay, let's see now. Pinkie Pie had a short arc, then there was the potion one, and Fluttershy, and uh, I don't know.
Actually, I was right the first time. It was actually yeah, I was right the first time. It was potions, then Fluttershy, then Pinky.
Hmm. Potion, sports, Pinky, Fluttershy.
I still think they had a bit of a personal note with the Fluttershy one.
Their own. Hmm. That'll wrap up Pony Life until it comes back in the spring. Barring any, scheduling shenanigans regarding to, stuff going on in the world, but who knows?
Also, like the comeback of Detective Rarity, as emphasized by a particular video that came up earlier this month. Earlier, I did a video I did earlier this month following our cast on that episode.
Right. Probably wrap up because it's getting kind of late, and yeah, the news did kind of drag on a little bit. Apparently, it was a busy week, so hey, it happens.
Like I said, I really wasn't. Like I said, I was a bit surprised earlier this week that it was starting to get longer than normal. I guess first off, thanks to Champions of Equestria for this week's server showcase. Also, like to wish a happy birthday weekend towards Togo Igawa and Mark Hamill.
Cool.
And yeah, Party Life was Party Life's looking to be a decent run. Definitely looking forward to a restart, as well as eventually get eventually eventually seeing the entire story arc of the season 10. And we start October, month of spooks and supernaturals, with a 5-year-old at this point. Till then, stay safe, stay well, and we will hopefully see you next week. Take care.